Hello, UQuest family. Have you have you ever had one of those days where you are just so exhausted, unmotivated, irritable, and just feel like you can't get yourself to do anything that you know is going to make you feel better? Maybe you skipped your workout this morning. Maybe you haven't been working on those business goals you've been trying to finish. Maybe you've been so short-tempered with the people that you love. What if I told you that part of that problem isn't your mindset? It's not the motivation that you're lacking, but it might be what's actually on your plate, physically on your plate. Today, I'm going to talk about how the foods you eat affect your mood and your energy, your confidence, and ultimately your ability to create a life that you love waking up to. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your energy today? Most people immediately assume that when they don't have any energy, it's because they're busy or they're stressed or they have too much on their life plate. And yeah, sometimes that's true. But the food that you eat, plays a much bigger role than a lot of people realize. One thing, as a confidence coach, one thing that I teach clients inside the UQuest program is that confidence isn't just about positive thinking. It comes from feeling good enough, both physically and mentally, emotionally, a whole body approach, feeling good enough to take the action that you need to take. And the food that we eat is either supporting that or it's working against it. Food is information for your brain. What you eat literally becomes the building blocks for the chemicals that influence your mood. Think about that for a second. Your brain needs nutrients to make the feel-good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, those chemicals that are associated with happiness and motivation and plain old feeling good. Feel good foods like eggs, salmon, or other fatty fish, avocados, nuts and seeds, berries, blueberries, leafy greens, sweet potatoes. Those are all feel good foods. And I'm curious which multiple of those foods do you already eat on a regular basis? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I think a lot more people experience this than they like to admit. You eat fast food, sugary snacks, or quick things you can get from Quick Trip or the convenience store. You eat those for a few days, and all of a sudden you're exhausted, you're tired, you're unmotivated, you don't want to exercise, you don't want to tackle those goals, work on those projects that keep piling up, and you just plain old don't feel like yourself. But then you start eating the foods that are actually nourishing your body the right way, and your energy starts coming back. That's not a coincidence. Stable, blood sugars mean you're going to have stable moods. Have you ever gotten hangry? Of course you have. Everybody has. And let's be really honest, who here has snapped at someone because they were hungry? I can't comment in the comments right now, but I sure hope you are commenting because I can bet that every single one of you has snapped at someone, including myself, because they were hungry. When our blood sugar crashes, when we get that really hangry into that really hangry state, when our blood sugar crashes, our energy crashes too. And then our patience decreases, along with our focus. And ironically, our cravings increase. So, foods that help stabilize your energy are things that contain protein, healthy fats, foods rich in fiber, like chicken, turkey, Greek yogurt. Here comes those beans and nuts again. The nuts, vegetables, fruits, berries. These foods all help keep your energy more steady throughout the day, which allows your blood sugar to stay more stable as well. And it prevents those crashes. It prevents you from getting hangry. But your energy also helps create the momentum that you need to work on those goals. And this is where it gets really, really important. Because the goal here isn't just eating healthy. The goal is to create enough energy so that you can fill your cup. And when your cup is full, it allows you to spill out into everyone else's in your life. And then when you start feeling better because that energy is more stable and consistent, you feel like taking that walk. You feel like spending more time with the people that you love. You work on that business that you've been dreaming about for years now. You set the boundaries you need to be setting. You are showing up for yourself. And by showing up for yourself, it allows you to show up for the people in your life also, to allow you to pursue your goals. But when your energy is depleted, when you are depleted, all those things feel so much harder. The food that you're eating today is helping to create the version of you that shows up tomorrow. So I'm curious, again, leave in the comments, what's one thing that you wish you had more energy for right now? Is it getting to the gym and working out? Doing more traveling? Starting that business? Playing with your kids or your grandkids? What would you be doing if you had more energy? Now, I don't want you leaving here thinking that you need a perfect diet. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. But what you can try instead is this week, yeah, we're on Friday. So even this weekend, add one feel-good food to your day. Just one, not 10, just one. Maybe you add berries with your breakfast or a handful of nuts during your snack time. Or maybe you add a vegetable at lunch. It's the small changes that create the lasting results. And because I want to make this really easy for you, I've created a free guide called the Feel Good Foods Guide, where you get the foods that naturally support your mood, the foods that support your energy, easy ways to incorporate them into your day, and simple swaps that you can start making immediately to make that happen. Because when you feel better physically, it's so much easier to show up mentally and emotionally too in your life. And that's how we begin creating this life that we love waking up to. So if you'd like a copy of the Feel Good Foods Guide, simply comment "Feel Good" and I'll send it to you. And if this has been helpful for you, please share it with someone who could use a little more energy, a little more happiness, a little more motivation in their life. And just remember, you don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. You don't. Sometimes feeling better starts with what's on your fork and on your plate. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.